All right, David Chase here with the Rambler. I'm going to try to cover some of the base functionality with this tool in this video and try to keep it under 5 minutes. So you can see right now I've got it with the cover on. It's designed to keep it safe from rain and from heat. I'd advise if you're not using it, especially overnight, you try to keep this on. And as Derek, we discussed, this is definitely not a cold weather, like leaving it out on the porch overnight in freezing temperatures kind of device. This is definitely something I'd see you bring it inside, anything freezing and under, maybe even a little bit higher than that. During the cold months, you can operate it outside, but definitely would advise against storing it out there. Okay, so I've already taken up a minute with that, but you get the idea. Let's take the cover off. And you can see some of the basic stuff here. Handle for moving it around. You can see the TV moves, but that's actually by design to keep things as light and flexible as possible. But we have these handles here not only to give the box a little bit more integrity, but also to get someone to be able to assist you with lifting it, going down the stairs, putting it in the back of a vehicle, etc. Okay, so that's that item. This front and back lids are cut. Normally this would be completely solid, and the way I secured both of these is through these little ball joint bungee cords. Okay, and you just simply press down and lift. This is not even secured on here, it's just some screws as the connection point, but you can literally control this grommet, I guess, here, and just kind of loop these over to keep them on when you're not using them. That's what I do. Okay, and definitely make sure you're not looking down when you try to get that ball out of the joint so you don't hit yourself in the face. I try to do it off to the side, push down, and then lift up. And again, just set the ball in the side or do something, and I'll zoom back in on some of that to give you a little more insight there. Okay, the front items or the front loops are kind of meant to stay in there permanently, because now you can just do that. But if you ever needed to take it off for some crazy reason, you could take the ball joint out of here and unloop it and take that loop out. You should really never need to do that, but in case for some reason you did, you could do it. You'll see on top of it, these bungee cords secure the sound bar, which we're going to get into. So I'm going to open it up. I keep the sound bar stored inside, and I'm just gently going to lift it out. I'm going to flip the top back down, and now I'm going to just slide the sound bar through and kind of keep it tilted back, okay, because it doesn't totally fit in this groove, but tilted, it fits in this groove. And there you go, the sound bar is automatically in. This side is down. Now I can work to re-secure this lid and keep it down, okay, which I'm going to do. Again, I'm not looking directly down when I secure that so I don't get hit in the face. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little bit to the side, or around, I guess I should say, and show you that once I confirm this is still in view, the back side actually is still on the pivot and can just open up. Okay, and in the back side I have remotes. This is for plugging into the lift if you want to control it wired. I don't know why anyone would want to do that. In the event that you have an emergency or the remote stops working. There's also the remote for the sound bar. Not really needed because the TV remote, the Roku remote, controls the sound bar. But there's little pockets in here to hold all those items in here. Okay? The main two things you need are the Roku remote and the lift remote. Again, both stored here. Okay? So open it up, go get that. I'm now going to turn it around. And again, during viewing, I typically push that in. Okay, I'm going to come check our scope here. Good, we're still within 5 minutes. We'll go a little bit long. Now with the remote, simply, whoop, last thing I needed to do that I didn't do is to click a button on the power supply. And I'll get into that a little bit before handing it off to you as well. So I'm just going to hold on to these devices. I'm going to lift this, which I can do even with this on because it's secured. I'm just going to click a little button inside here. Turn the power supply on. Power supply has 90% of juice still left, which I've probably been watching for a few hours, so you should get probably about 12 hours at least on a given charge of use of this device. If you're just using and you hear that HDMR or HDMI found ARC, that's how you know the soundbar is powered on and working. And I just click that up button until the TV gets roughly in a position I want. Now I'm going to let it go all the way to the top so you see the extent of how high the TV extends. Okay, it doesn't go super high because it's meant really to stay low and to stay a low center of gravity. That's how high up it goes. I'm gonna now make it go lower and using the middle button stop it where it needs to stop. Okay, and to me that's right about there where I can still see the Roku branding below, but it's not too high up. And now using the Roku remote, I'm going to power it on. Okay, I'll make sure to log out of this device once I hand it off to you, but I'm logged in right now and you can see I have my Spotify set up to work, which is an excellent use of this machine. Like literally you can turn on Spotify, turn on the sound where you want it, and then you can friggin' just put it right back down and just let it be your DJ for the day. I'm gonna go select let's see, I'll go select Tron. It's a good soundtrack. Hit play and you can literally just put it back down, and hopefully you know this volume is just on 12. At 25 I start getting the attention of the neighbors. There's a subwoofer in this thing. I mean, you know, it definitely punches a nice little, I'm gonna raise it back up here now, but it punches a little, or it packs a little bit of a punch. I'll take it off of Spotify and bring it back up again, and I'm gonna put it on YouTube. Turn it down just a tad bit again. I'm not trying to get the neighbors yelling. I'll try to pick something I've set to watch later. It'll be boring because I work in IT, so let's talk about data jobs, right? So again, you can see this is working perfectly. All I've done, open it up, set up the soundbar. You can leave a soundbar overnight. Not a big deal as long as you're in a secured area and you're not worried about anybody jacking with you. Soundbar can stay on it all the time as long as you cover it up, and even if you don't, the biggest thing again is just heat and water. So that's the base operation. Again, typically advised to you if you're not using it, power her down, set her down. Right, just leave the TV down. It helps keep the TV protected and it keeps your center of gravity low. So that's not in 5 minutes, but it's under 10. That's the basic operation. I'm gonna now record a few videos that get into the components in a device and switching from powered or wired mode to wireless mode. Thanks.